Team 10 versus Team 7. Christian's stuck in Shikamaru's shadow possession and goes, "Can't move." Shikamaru says, "Of course you can't, you're stuck in it." Christian says, "Only if." 2 scrolls fall from the sky. He, with some of his strength, lightly pulls on his sword and catches the scrolls. Then they poof into 2 things. One is a phone, then the other one is a bag. He goes, "A bag in a thing." Then he slightly rips open the bag with chakra, then pulls it out going. Then he tries to press something on his phone and then gets to some website and goes to some app. He goes, "Netflix and Pop-Tarts, Netflix and Pop-Tarts, Netflix and Pop-Tarts." They can't hold back their laughter because of his stupidity. He goes, "Netflix and Pop-Tarts, Netflix and Pop-Tarts, Netflix and Pop-Tarts." As he's eating it. Ow! While he's eating them, then Shikamaru lets go of the shadow potion by accident. Christian goes, and one-shot Shikamaru with a kick to the stomach, going, he says, "I'm done now." He defeats Shikamaru, then throws Shuriken at Sai, which Sasuke is fighting but is losing to. Because remember, Sai is super strong. He's stronger than Sasuke probably at the beginning. No, Naruto's fighting Sai and he's losing, getting tripped up. Then Christian appears behind him going, "Netflix and Pop-Tarts." Then cuts Sai in the neck. He goes, "Ugh." Then Christian goes for a kick on him, then he does a lightning heel drop because his lightning Genkai. Bolt of lightning go and flash in Sai's face. He goes, "Ugh." Then Christian heel drop him going, "Ugh." Then Christian goes,
Waste it all.
I'm not. I'm literally gonna use it for a little bit. Christian's trying to punch him, but he's missing most attacks, and Sai says, "Wow, you're really, really weak and stupid." Then his eyes glow blue, dark blue, and he's angry. Then lightning swirls around him, and then his eye and head starts to twitch, going, "Oh, did I struck a nerve?" Then Christian says, "No, you just made your life 10 times worse." He goes, "I know. Now it's quieter." Everyone, Sai, Shikamaru, Sai, Choji, the entire audience, Minato, everyone is shocked. He goes, then one-shots him. Then just goes, "Muda, muda, muda, muda." Then he pokes him in the head, which knocks him off balance, going, "Whoa, whoa." Then he says, "Earth style," ripping open the earth jutsu. And he ripped a crater open. Sai falls into it, going, "Ah!" Then going, then Christian releases it, squishing Sai. Then he pulls him out. But then Shikamaru gets back up, and then they're ready to fight. Christian fights Sai. Sasuke fights Choji, and Naruto fights Shikamaru, and Sakura fights Ino. Christian goes, clashing with Sai in their fists. Christian says, water style! Ichi one sarutobi sarune. Water style, water dragon jutsu! A water dragon pierces through the ground and bites down on Sai, but Sai creates a bird to try and get away, but he gets hit by it. Christian says, Netflix and gun tarts. Then Sai's flying around and Christian can't land any of attacks, so then he throws up a summoning scroll. Then he summons a gun. Then he swings it on his hand, spins it, going. No one knows what he does, so then he points the gun up to the sky and shoots Sai's bird. He goes, oh! As he says bird, then he creates another bird. Christian shoots that one. He goes, da, dong, 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 and then pulls back the trigger and goes, boom! And Sai's running out of chakra. He creates one last one with the final bits of his chakra, and goes for final giants, armored titan dudes who go to attack you. Christian shoots a gun, but it hits it, but just goes through him. Then he goes, dang it! And they both suddenly lariat him into a ball. He goes, and they trap him there. He goes, Sai will not let his grasp go, saying that he's not letting him go. Christian says, he's getting mad. Then Christian goes, he goes, he starts to glow red. Then 2 chakra ears appear. That's not even what I wanted. He goes, then he goes, doom, doom, hitting him with claw attacks going, doom, 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 and also kick attacks going, doom, 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 doom. Then kicks him up in the air, then he says, Kagabushi no Jutsu. Then they put their hands in the middle. Then he does a vermilion Rasen ring going, Great Rasen. He says, Rasen ring. Then it's huge, which blasts back the clones. He goes, then he jumps up the air going, and obliterates Sai. Defeating him, he falls to the ground in utter destruction. He goes, Then he goes, ah! Then he shoots the chakra arm, grabbing Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. He goes, ah! And shoots them out of the arena. They go, defeating them all as he goes, Jiraiya throws something. Something flies by everyone in the audience, then hits him on the head. He goes, as he's knocked out. He says, ceiling tag, then throws it. And then he hits his head, and then stops the Ninetales thing from attacking. A couple of minutes later, he wakes up going, what happened? He says, you were enraged after Sai pinned you to a wall, that you roared, and then you went until your one-tailed Ninetales state. He goes, your next match is with Gaara, and that's in 20 minutes. That's in an hour, you have to prepare. Christian goes, okay. They get drinks, eat lunch. Christian says, Then after a while, a lot later, when the two teams walk into the stadium for the finals, they go da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. Oh yeah, and Menma and Naruto are on their team because they don't like them. When it starts, Team 7 will walk in, and so team. And Gaara's team. Then when they go, Christian activates Uzumaki Gun, and his healing abilities are about 100 billion times better. And so are his Genjutsu abilities. Then he puts everyone in the Genjutsu. Everyone in the stadium, even the Hokage. Gaara shoots sand at Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto and Christian. Daniel, give me a donut and I pour you like a friend, like a movie star. Like a movie star. Why am I so much? So after training, then the sand goes right through them all. Tamari thinks that they've easily won already, but then when they see that nothing happened to them, they're just standing still. And Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto are confused. Christian's not confused, and so is Kakashi confused. They're like, what the? Then it goes through again. Then they shoot their strongest attack, but they just go through them. Sakura goes to punch Tamari, but then she just goes right through her. But then Gaara starts to feel pain. He keeps on feeling punchings after punches in his neck, stomach, knees. Then he feels a stab in his arm. He goes, ugh. Then he also sees Kankuro and Tamari fall to the ground, going. Then they see Christian putting his hands, going, release. Then everyone's back in the real world, and they see Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro all knocked out. He goes, give me a donut, I'll pour you like a rock. Then the fourth Hokage, then the referee says that Team 7 wins. No one knew what happened, except for Jiraiya. Jiraiya stands up on the Hokage mount, and grabs a giant microphone, saying, people, let me explain what just happened. You all, except for Christian, were in a Genjutsu. And while that was happening, he beat Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro in the outside world while they were stuck in the Genjutsu. He put us all in a Genjutsu. Then all the teams jump out saying, that's cheating! Then they all rush out, only Christian. Team 7 is too worn out. Christian's being attacked, but all their attacks are going through him. They say, is this another Genjutsu? Everyone's wondering if this is another genjutsu, but they realize it's not a genjutsu. Gara-san goes right through him again. They all go punching him, going, ah! Everyone's wondering what the heck, it's not doing anything. Christian John saying, oh, is that all you got? They go, what the? Fugaku activates his Mangekyo Sharingan to see, and it's still hard to see, but he sees that he's dodging these attacks. He asks Itachi to read them, and Itachi says he is dodging all these attacks with little to no difficulty. And then he creates a Shaco Blast that blasts them all back. All teams sit down. He says, I wasn't even trying at all this exam. Now leave me alone. All of them jump up with their strongest attacks. Then Christian says, get of shock, open! Then he elbows them all in the face, sending them flying back, and then he says, Eudora! Shooting it at them, they all get hit by it, they go, ah! But they're still up. He goes, what a pity. They all jump up for their strongest attacks. Christian says, well, I guess I'll use one of my attacks. He says, Fire Style Dragon Flame Jutsu! Creating the biggest dragon flame ever. It's the size of the village. And it hits them all. They go, ah! And then they're on the ground, almost burnt to a crisp. But they can still fight somehow. Christian says, everyone in Team 7, over here. The Jonin step in, saying that this is too much for them. They're being beaten, but they won't give up. All of them jump in to fight him, but he's literally just not moving, and then he's dodging all the attacks. Then he shoots a fire blast at them, a fireball at them, going. And this fireball absolutely annihilates the Jonin. It's so big, it's 20 times bigger than the Leaf Village. I don't know why I say this, but it blasts the Jonin out of there. He goes, and that's just the end. Everyone's worried, like, holy crap, this kid can literally defeat 5 Jonin. We're all screwed. So, with this happening, he has to finally fight. Then out of nowhere, they all go for their super strongest final attacks. He goes, ah! Then he says, Shadow Clone Barrier! I mean, no, he says, barrier, and creates a giant black barrier around them so no one can see. He says, now, do it. He puts his hand on and creates a Odama wrestling, and they all put their energy in. Naruto creates a wrestling, and they all put their energy in, but Christian goes, and puts so much energy in it that it's huge. It's bigger than the entire barrier, so he expands the barrier. Christian teleports Kakashi and then put in his element. Kakashi says this is not cheating because all the Jonin stepped in. They all put it in, and then Christian activates the Uzumaki Gun, plus Sage Mode, plus his Cubeyad form. Naruto activates the One-Tailed Cloak, actually being able to control it somehow. Sakura activating her Cha Mode, whatever it's called. Sasuke activates Sharingan. And it's huge! They go, then the barrier releases, the barrier cracks open. The barrier cracks open. Everyone sees their giant wrestling, and then they all jump up in the air saying, Team 7, compressed! Odama Rasengan! Then obliterate the other teams, sending them out of the Leaf Village, like crushing the entire arena stage, going, ah! Then Christian goes through it, going, my anxiety. Then he says, ah! He says, for everything. He goes, this is a one-time opportunity. Then he activates one-tailed cloak and says, and then creates a mini tail beast bomb, which is like in the former Rasengan. He goes, and sees all the team tied up together, like stuck together. He goes, and blows them all back, defeating them all. They go, creating a huge explosion, destroying half. And this attack only hits his enemies. It doesn't hit the villagers because he made it so it doesn't. And also Rogue Ninja that he knows were there. It killed all of them except for his friends, because he weakened the Rasengan for his friends. Then he goes, and they see him falling from deep high in the sky. He's knocked out conscious because of how much chakra that took. He goes, he's falling, and everyone goes, oh, he's gonna die! Then all of Team 7 gets like their arms ready and they catch him. He goes, then they all put a thumbs up going, yeah! Then he goes, Kahoo! Then he lands on his feet. Then they all land on their feet. Because they were in the sky when they got him. Everyone cheers them on going, woohoo! All the other teams are unconscious and need instant medical care. And need instant healing. The whole team is booted up to tuning. Christian says, and that's it for this part.